Hi everyone, welcome back. I wanted to do a quick review of the language arts curriculum for Good and the Beautiful Level 5. All my kids are outside playing and it is actually quiet in the house, so I just figured this would be a perfect time. So let's get to it. Okay, so I am teaching 2 fifth graders this year. We've been using the Good and the Beautiful the entire time we've been homeschooling, so 5 years, and we've loved it. I have no complaints really. I guess, well, no complaints. That is a very generic statement. You always find something that you would have done differently or you wish you would have changed. Okay, this year there's geography cards, which I think is so cool. Globe, hello. We love learning about different countries, different nations, different cultures. I wish that there was a better way to have this organized. And it's not a geography curriculum. They integrate geography in their learning. And you're supposed to give kids cards to learn and study for 3 to 5 minutes each time they do a lesson. And I like that. However, the way that they have you do it, they have you separate it. Okay, so they have you separate those geography cards. And there's grammar cards too. So they come in the same packet. Your geography cards, you're supposed to sort into piles. So there's supposed to be a not learned, a learning, and a mastered pile. Okay? Obviously, aesthetically, I don't love this. And even organization-wise, I really don't love this. I wish that there was a better way, maybe like a flip through on an app. I don't know. I wish that that was a little better organized. So I guess starting with a complaint, not great. But let's go with the things that I really love. So this is so good for independent learners. My girls who are 10 and in 5th grade really enjoy doing their lessons with the Good and the Beautiful. They're really succinct, quick, God-centered, and honestly, I used to be LDS. I'm not any longer, but I have no issue with the curriculum and any LDS influence that people try and nitpick out of there. I honestly feel like it is a very overall very Christian curriculum, non-denominational. Okay, so I'm going to do a little flip through. For people who have done Good and the Beautiful, you're probably really familiar with how things are set up. So every day you're supposed to do a lesson. They recommend, I believe it was doing 4 a week. Let's go back through and see. Let's see. Yep, 4 days a week. So it says this course consists of 120 lessons divided into 6 units, 3 section reviews, and a course assessment. Hello. Sorry about that. Kids are coming in now. Okay, so this allows for 5 weeks of vacation days and or sick days in addition to normal school breaks for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and spring break. So we never are super strict with schedule sometimes. So we do a co-op and we have sports and we do field trips with our co-op sometimes. So we don't always do like right on schedule with the curriculum, and that's okay. That's the best part about homeschool is you just pick up where you can and leave off where you need to. And every day there is learning. That is what I hope most parents get from our talks here together, is that your learning does not need to mimic the public school education system's learning dynamics that they have set for your children. And that's like a whole nother video. But anyways, touching on that always. Okay, so it goes over some of the things that they will learn. Unit 1 overview page. And here's where it goes into the geography card. So you will go over the capitals, the states and their capitals, like Canada and their provinces, things like that. Okay, so we'll just start off with lesson 1. Your lessons will start with the parent-teacher section. This lesson number 1, this is not actually a good example to show you because that is so long for a parent-teacher section. Most parent-teacher sections look much more like this. We'll look at lesson 2. This right here, parent-teacher section. Sometimes you will read a little piece of info right here, a write-up. Sometimes you'll read a poem and you can memorize it with your child. Sometimes you will help them understand different grammar terms. things like that. Your section is usually very minimal in 5th grade, and it was like that in 4th grade as well, which I enjoy that. I'm always here for questions for my kids, but I'm also teaching my other students, children, during that time. So it's nice that they can be self-starters and really take over and be in charge of their learning in that way. Then it will alternate. It will have them alternate between, there's going to be spelling workshops. You can see my kids had some fun on that page. This is raw, you guys. This is raw right here. Okay, and then writing workshops. So they'll have writing workshops. Sometimes my kids don't want to do their writing workshops, and so I let them just write a poem, or I let them write about what they did that day. You don't want your kids to begrudgingly do work. That's the point, is to inspire them to like what they're doing. If they're really not liking the book, I always ask my kids if they're liking these books. If they're not liking these books, I encourage them to find a different book that they like. However, I do think these books are great. One of my children, who is in 3rd grade, technically, for Good and the Beautiful, she's having issues with the book. She's not into it for her grade. And so I let her just choose a book that she really liked from her 2nd grade curriculum, and we're just rereading that. And that's fine. Or if you have a book at the library, I'd encourage you to let your kid read that, and they can do a write-up on that book. The reason that they give you books, though, is because the storylines are fabulous. They have good morals that they learn in it. So if you can use those books, it is great to be able to use those. If not, pivot. Okay, sometimes there are art lessons, so we'll get into this. So for a lot of those writing workshops, again, are based on those books, but the art lessons are fun because these art lessons will allow you to go into your watercolor booklets that also come with the curriculum set. So the watercolor booklets look like this. This is your Watercolor Around the World instruction book. Step-by-step instructions. My kids totally read that and did it all by themselves. I have not opened that book at all. This is their booklet right here. Oops, I think that this actually fell off of this. But how adorable. How adorable. Okay, so it gives them everything they need to be able to do their lessons. This isn't just like a normal paper. This is watercolor paper, and it has their templates already done for them. Just showing you some examples. Sorry, I need to get my screen fixed on my phone. You can't see super well right now, but you can see that there are outlines and pictures already printed out on these for them. And I don't want to make this video too long, but that is pretty much the premise of how the lesson will be structured, and then some different things that they'll throw in for the lessons. Let me show you the titles of the books that they have set apart for the 5th grade learners. Chico of the Andes, that is our one that the girls are working on right now, and they both really enjoy this book. And it's cool because, again, they incorporate parts of this book and the geography of where this is in Ecuador into their lessons. Okay, and this is Marjorie, the Clockmaker's Son, and Captured Words. So, I hope that this is helpful in case you have a 5th grader who is getting ready to embark upon their homeschool journey, or maybe you already have homeschooled for a while and you're considering using the Good and the Beautiful curriculum. Maybe you already use it and you just want to see what the 5th grade curriculum is like. I hope that was helpful. Everybody have a blessed day. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions or comments, drop them below. See ya.